Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to bring you guys this video, and we're just going to be talking about all things 2021, how this year started for me versus how this year ended for me, the lessons that I've learned this year, and just some things that I'm really looking forward to in 2022. So if you're interested in sticking around and getting these gems and hearing this tea on my first year back in Atlanta, Georgia, please continue watching this video. So let's just get right into it. So if you guys watched my vlog about traveling from California to Atlanta by myself, you will know that 2021 was my first year back in Atlanta, Georgia. And I say back because I am originally from Atlanta, Georgia. I moved to California for the last 3 years and I recently moved back. So now I have been here a complete year and it has just been an epic year. So let's just get right into it. So in January, when I first got back to Atlanta, I had to move in with a cousin. So I had no car, no job, just pretty much an empty shell, but very much headstrong, dedicated, and knew what I was here for and what I wanted to get done. So we just basically hit the ground running and the experiences never stopped. So I don't know how many of you guys know, but Atlanta was one of the only cities that did not shut completely down during COVID-19. So that was very exciting. So when I first got back, I was out every single weekend grinding. So I initially got a job working as a bartender. It was not working out because Atlanta is so janky when it comes to paying people their worth, especially in hospitality and in like the entertainment industry. They like to nickel and dime versus California. They're going to pay you your worth. That's one thing I can say about California. They got a lot of issues, but they're definitely going to pay you your worth. So I started off working at this bar and it was just super chaotic. But one thing that I will say about myself in any situation is that I am very headstrong. So it takes a lot to get to me mentally because I've developed a pretty optimistic abundance way of thinking throughout my 7 years, I'll say, as an adult. And what I mean by that is that whether I have nothing or whether I have everything, in my mind, I always have everything because in my perspective, everything is always taken care of. So even if I don't have something like my own, like physical things, like my own car or maybe my own place, I still feel whole. I never feel like I'm less than because I feel that those things don't make me who I am. I still have, because the things that really make me who I am, nobody can take away from me. So I would like to give that as a precursor because that's very important when I'm telling my story of this year, because I feel like my mindset, because it was already in a place of an abundance and a place of gratitude, that's why so many things were able to manifest for me so quickly and with such ease. So I started off working as a bartender at this place literally one day. I went to one shift where they trained me, and then I was one shift on the floor, and then I was done, because I feel that if something is not to your standard, there's no need in staying there. Again, you have to have an abundance mindset of that there's something better for me. I can do better than this, and I'm going to find better. But the key is you actually have to go find better. So I left that job and I would go on Instagram, on Indeed, anywhere, just looking for other things that I could do to supplement my income, because I knew that although my cousin, she's lovely and I was staying in her place, I knew that I didn't want to stay there long term. I had a vision of where I wanted to stay, and I wanted a space where I would be able to create, and I'm very particular about having just my own space, like any adult woman would want. So a few more months went by And I was still staying with my cousin Taylor. I began to do hair, so I was doing hair part-time at this point. I'm a person who's never worked a 9 to 5, so I'm blessed to say that I do have a college degree, but I've never had to work a 9 to 5 because I'm a hustler. So I was literally getting up and grinding any way I could every single day, whether that's doing hair, picking up side gigs, working for any of my family, my relatives that live in Atlanta that had a business. If they needed help in a specific day, I would come out, I would help them, pretty much anything for those like first 4 months. So this is like the first quarter of the year, doing anything that I could to just make sure I had some money in my pocket. Plus, I'm a pretty decent saver, so I did not come to Atlanta flat broke. Again, if you go back and watch my vlog on moving from California to Atlanta, you'll understand like why I didn't have a car and why I didn't have any of those things, because I lost those things. Hey guys, so I just wanted to make sure I put this in because I was just editing and I saw that I forgot to mention that I had gotten my car and moved into my place by March, which is all in the first quarter of the year. So that just goes to what I was saying about just making sure like you have a mindset of abundance, because I had never went without, and it's really crazy now thinking back on it. Like I completely manifested that stuff. I don't even know how that happened so quickly, but yeah, it was lit. Like I stayed with my cousin. It was so fun. Got into my place, got my car, paid for my car cash, straight off the lot. A Passat, a Volkswagen Passat. So yeah, I just want to make sure I said that. Let's get back to the story. Anyway, sticking to this story, I didn't have any of those things, but I had my mindset, my drive, and my vision. And so here we are in April. I am hustling, working odd jobs, doing modeling, doing hair, just anything to make sure that I was bringing in some income, saving, so that I could move out and move into my own place. So actually we're still in March. So come March, I actually found a beautiful home, which I'm still living in right now. And it just pretty much came to me again, abundance mindset and manifesting mindset. I knew what I wanted and I received it. So I moved into the house around March, was able to also go on vacation in March. I had saved enough money because I'm the type of person who is going to live a life of luxury regardless. I really keep that mindset of you manifest the life you want to live. If you want to live a life of luxury, if you want to live a life of romance and not romance with yourself, you have to start with yourself. You have to be in love with yourself. So if you want to live a life like that, you have to just lead that life. So me and my best friend, we went to the DR in March, and it was an amazing trip. But also it was a trip of purpose. We really wanted to release, to purge, to refresh. I think that every quarter you should be looking back at the last 3 months of your life and taking notes, taking inventory of what you did, what you did not do, what you want to do differently. I think that it's very important because then you can move forward and change things in the same year. I'm not one to believe that, oh, I gotta wait till January 1st to make a change. I gotta wait for my birthday to make a change. No, every single day is a moment where you can make a change if you feel like you want to do something differently. So we took this lovely vacation. We were able to release so much negative energy, I'm just a big believer in vacations because I think that when you work hard, you should play hard, balance. So we took that, got back home. It was time to grind it out, just moved into my new place. And I was still kind of doing my own thing for a little while. It wasn't until about midsummer where my dream job came through. So I finally was able to get my dream job. For me, that is being able to have flexible hours, work in my industry, work in my passions. And so I am doing all those things in the job that I am working in now. So I'm an executive assistant for a music exec. So that's what I do as my day job right now. And I love it. I'm able to have creative freedom, creative expression, but also a bit of structure. I work from home mainly, but then I can also go into an office. So it just works for me and what I'm trying to do in my lifestyle. So anyway, so that was about midsummer, and the summer was great. Like literally, guys, the summer in Atlanta, if you've never been and you live in the States, you should definitely come to Atlanta for the summer because we had a ball just with my friends. Again, like I told you, I am from Atlanta. So I was just really trying to take in every single moment with my friends, with my family, just really living in those moments. So we danced, we went out to eat, we had nights in the park. Like, you guys, it was so fun. We went shopping, we had photo shoots. Like, we just really enjoyed each other and lived our best life. And we just always found a way out of no way. So we celebrated everyone's birthday. We, just from the biggest birthdays to surprise parties to just going to the park and having a picnic with each other. It did not matter, again, like how much money we might have had, but we made every experience worthwhile, and you would not know that we might have not had any money. So that was just never like an excuse for us. So yeah, and I want to retract a little bit because earlier in the year, back when I was staying with my cousin, I thought that I was going to have my dream job. I got a call from a major player in the music industry, and I was actually supposed to be working with them as a consultant, but it completely fell through. They gave me the cold shoulder. They never called me back. And again, like I could have used that moment to be sad and to feel defeated because I had been working so hard, but I did not, because I truly believe that when it's your timing, it's your timing. So, what's for you is going to happen for you. What's for you, nobody can take away from you, but you're responsible for your mindset. You're responsible for enjoying every day of your life. So I did not let that defeat me. So I definitely wanted to touch on that because that happened before I got my next job, which is a dream job, still working in the music industry, and working for a music exec. So blah, 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 blah. Fast forward to around the end of summer was really great. I was able to travel to Miami this year. Check out my Miami vlog if you haven't already. And we had a good time down there and some spicy stuff happened. Go check out that vlog if you haven't. And then I was also able to travel to California with my friend. Shout out to Alexis. And we had a great time in California. Went shopping, went to some nice restaurants, got to go to the beach. So I was really able to, for a year that you would have thought like, oh my God, like it's such a triumphant time of my life. I've lost everything, blah, 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 blah. It was so enjoyable because I literally committed to enjoying it. And that's the thing, like even if you're in hustle mode, even if you're in grind mode, don't let that mode not have you be able to see the beauty that's around you. You should always be able to every single day, multiple times a day, really find a moment where you're like, I love my life. Like I love my life. I love the people around me. Those are things that you choose to do. Like getting up in the morning and looking out the window and seeing the sun. Like if that's all you have that day, take that in because it's so important. And if you're able to, once you make a habit of taking in the small little things that happen to you every day that are positive, it gets easier and it becomes more. So I was doing that. So again, like we went to Miami, we went to California. And so, the time is going by. So now it's around the last quarter of the year. So in October, that's my birthday month. I had an amazing birthday. I went to Puerto Rico with my friends. And this is not to say that like, oh my God, I wasn't going through experiences, because I will be touching on dating, being single for this whole year in Atlanta and like how that's been. So y'all make sure y'all check out that video because I'm literally about to film that video right after this one, because that's been, if anything's been the challenge, that's been the challenge, just adjusting to the dating temperature, because that's something that like that's not completely in my control. It's a whole nother person. So, when you're dealing with other people, although you're dealing with yourself, you're still dealing with other people and the things that come with that. So I definitely want to dedicate a whole video on my first year dating in Atlanta. And if you haven't checked out my dating video about dating in California, be sure to check out that video too. But anyway, not trying to get too much off topic here. So around October, me and two of my girlfriends, we went to Puerto Rico and we had good food and we got a section and partied and we had a good time. And so then we got back to the States and I had a birthday dinner with all my loved ones. And you guys, my birthday dinner was just so amazing because everybody just poured into me, like, you know, just, I don't know, just pray, y'all, because really God will give you everything that you need in a specific moment. And in that moment, around that time of year, October, you know, things were like, I don't know, things were slowing down, or like my spirit was like, you know, my spirit needed to be replenished. And just always, you know, try to do self-inventory. Again, I said, like, every quarter, you know, do self-inventory of what you think like your spirit needs and ask for that, because my birthday dinner was so beautiful. All my friends just poured into me and explained to me what I meant to them, and it just really filled me up for the last quarter of the year. So in the last quarter of this year, I was able to go to Oklahoma and check out some dispensaries there. It was really cool and really fun. And I actually just recently got back from New York to visit some of my family that lives up there. And it was an amazing, amazing time. New York is rough with this COVID situation, but that's a whole nother story. If you go to New York and you want to do anything, you better be vaccinated. Yeah, so it was just a really good time. And then, you know, coming back off of that trip, I took a smaller trip within Georgia with my friends, and we had a Christmas party. And it was called Sip and Success, that one of my friends, this was her 5th year hosting that, and it was just great. Again, I just love to be in situations where I'm getting fed into. I love being with my friends. I love turning up and going out, like, that's great and fun, but you also want to make sure you're putting yourself in places and spaces that you can be fed into, that you can feel inspired. So whether, you know, you don't have a huge group of girlfriends like me and you just have to go to the park and observe in nature, or, you know, if hanging out with your girlfriends and letting them feed into you positively, you know, whichever way works for you, just make sure you're getting what you need, because that's your responsibility. So, you know, that was really great. And then, you know, unfortunately, I came down sick after that. So, you know, be safe out here too. But even in me being sick, I always say that, you know, when God sits you down, just try to enjoy that moment of being sat down. So I was able to literally, you know, just write out my goals for next year, really consciously and mindfully commit to what I want to, where I want to see myself grow as an individual. And here we are, the last couple of days of the year, going into the new year, and I just feel so good. Like, I feel renewed. I feel like I am just in a good place mentally. So some of like the major points that I really had to address this year was my mental health, you know, just making sure that my mental health was A1, because I'm really a huge believer that mental health is number one. You know, if you are not mentally there, nothing else. Y'all, don't look at my nails. I'm sorry. I don't know if I said that already, but it's bad. So please don't look at them. But if you're not mentally there, then nothing else. You're not going to be able to see the joy in your life. You're not going to be able to see the beauty in your life. So this year I did have to go through a spurt of therapy. I did have to address some of the childhood traumas that I went through, because that was a big thing moving back to Atlanta for me, is that, you know, this is the space where I grew up. So everything that I've been through growing up, you know, I had to address. So I had to address those things, pray for healing, meditate for understanding, and it will help. You will overcome. So I was able to overcome some of those things. So again, this year has just been the year of transformation for me. With coming back to Atlanta, and the year of strength. Like, there's nothing that I feel like I cannot get done. Like, I am literally my own my own enemy. I'm my biggest advocate and I'm my biggest enemy at the same time. So I hope that that inspired someone and that you guys also were able to take inventory of yourself and go into 2022 feeling strong, feeling motivated, and feeling like your best self. So shout out to that. And that's really it. I guess that wasn't that long. So thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment. We are growing this YouTube channel this year because I got a message, okay? I got the tea. So we're gonna be giving out just my doses of knowledge and my experience, my humble experience, because I'm still growing and I'm still making mistakes just like you and just like everyone. But I feel that it is important to be able to inspire. Maybe this can inspire another girl that just had to move, you know, by herself across country, or someone that might be, you know, feeling like, oh, there is no place for me, or there that, you know, that feeling abandoned, or whatever, you know, the case may be. I just want, my message in this video is that, you know, you are responsible for your mindset. You are responsible for everything that happens in your life. It's so easy for us to put the blame on such and such and put the blame on such and such. Well, yes, those things did happen and those people might have hurt you or did whatever to you, but it's your responsibility. You are responsible for your healing. You are responsible for current situations in your life. So we're going to leave it on that and, you know, enter this 2020 refreshed, renewed, and ready to take on this new year. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you will. And I can't wait to see you guys in my next video. Bye.